Okay, let's continue our discussion. Yeah, I will give you some more explanation about the information technology audit. Yeah. So wait a second. I will. Yeah. So the next discussion about the issue why we need the information system audit. Yeah. So this is like very important to know about the landscape of the information system itself now. Very progressive developed because of the development hike or fast development of the infrastructure technology and of course the connectivity. We have, like for example, this one, the mainframe to distribute computing, or maybe we know inside the distributed computing is like a cloud computing, and then the service-based model architecture and etc. So that will be make some complexity, another complexity of the implementation of information system. And also beside the the complexity, we will also have some difficulties, which is risk. If we have risk, it means we have another opportunity to be like more destructive, and we have some threat, or maybe something that make our business unusual. So that will be the the challenge. Yeah. So the most important thing again is about the that we now face a new, also the new the new era of the connectivity. When maybe several ago we know that when people or human resource use the the information technology, they will access from the very close close location, which is for example in their office or etc. But today now we do all the access in many locations. We can do in the in the backyard. We can do in the meanwhile we driving the car, for example. We sitting in the coffee shop and so on. So it's mean we using the public space to do that one, even like a private connection. But unfortunately, when wireless connectivity become broad, and yeah, what happened is we have some risk that we take when using that one. So that would be the problem. So what I mean is it will be very it's mean right is when we connected to the internet, for example, it's mean in the same time actually we also connected to the race. So that make the second big argument or narrative reason that we need the information system audit. And the last is, yeah, the high speed internet services. The high speed internet services is very useful for, like for us today. We can do some online meeting to discuss about the material, but unfortunately it also make us more fast to reach by another person in the rest of us, and do something that not good enough for us to for example to stolen my picture, to get our information and etc. So that will be the another side. So it's not like I want you to not only just like think about negative of all this opportunity, but in the information technology we need people also that can have attention, focus in the risk that will be happen in the future. So that's why they will need information technology audit. Can you imagine that one? For example, like Gojek, Tokopedia, Bukalapak, or maybe Garuda Indonesia, Bank Mandiri, Bank BNI, for example, they open their business into the internet, and we only just think about the benefit of it, but in other side there is no one that can discuss about the risk about it. So it will be very dangerous. How we can ensure that your transaction in your internet banking is secure? How we can make sure that your transaction using the Tokopedia is secure and define it only by you and for you, for example. So that will be the problem. How we go to the sensitive case, for example, in the medical, for example, how if your medical information is stolen by the people because only they use the information from the information system that the people doesn't aware about it. So that will be the problem. So that's will be the trick actually for us, yeah. So, and then okay, wait a second. We also this okay. So that will be the very important things, and the next is yeah, we need to know about that the IS audit and audit and control career will be more more high demand in the future. Yeah, will be like following the growth of the business, especially in digital business, and then the growth of the enterprise digital landscape that will be happen in the future. So I think you need to think about it, because not only engineer, or maybe not only be like data scientist, artificial intelligence engineer, an expert, that will be your dream job, but also information system auditor will be one of the very sexy for today. Um, for myself, for example, I has do this activity from 2010, for example. So I think it's very challenging, because for me, for example, for India, for second opinion consultant in the information technology and audit, for example, in 1 year I can only serve about 3 or 4 company in the serial way. But it's very high demanding, because in 1 year you will have or receive about 5 or until 10 offering to help some company. So it will be very challenging, and the most important thing is we need to do that in the good manner. So we need the system background that will advantage for you, yeah, because as like a computer science background, we have a good or deep technology knowledge and information, yeah, beside another discipline to do this job. But we need to learn another discipline, like accounting, like economic, like statistics, and maybe like management and geographic and so on. So because sometimes if I deal with that, I think it's the same like job like in the as a data scientist. We do same job like that one. So it will be, but the point of view is different. Maybe like data scientists work for do some modeling and give the insight from the data, but we do the assessment and evaluation actually. So we will close with the real problem in the industry. We will close with the problem in the information gathering and so on. So it will be very important for us, yeah. And then yeah, not all auditing is equal, but all auditing is related by same core principle. So we have many major or area in the IS information system audit, but actually same in the core, but different in the way to do that one. So when you, for example, you can handle the core principle of IS auditing or IS audit, it will be easy for you to do a similar job in the future. So it will be very easy for you, yeah. Okay. And then this is the different heads of the audit, yeah. So what's mean of the, like I explained before about not all auditing is equal, yeah, because some of many audit information technology audit has a different point of view. Sometimes they will call the audit fieldwork. It's mean we do go to the company, and then we do some audit process from the collecting the information, collecting the evidence, assess the compliance, and then make some analysis, and then have the recommendation, for example. But also we do the communication of result. So it's mean like we also should have a proper communication skill to presenting the problem. to give the insight to the company about the problem, and then to make them realize about the problem, and then after they realize the problem, they can do something that very important for enhancement in the future. And then we also have technical consultation. So we do also some like technical consultation to help company to save their business, to solve the problem in the technology, and then to giving them more appropriate way to develop the works, yeah. And then also we need the this is sometimes auditing, IT audit is placing in the Department of Computing Support, something like that. And then we do some risk assessment, yeah. We also giving the information about the potential risk that can be occur in the future when we do some approach. And then the special project, for example, we need the audit activities to give some some advisory, or maybe some to build some project that related with the issue, in the current issue in the company. For example, like today I have some a little bit project with the one of the energy company in Indonesia, that how what I asked to do some analysis, how we, if the possibility to using the artificial intelligence and big data for supporting their production in the oil and gas production daily. So we need, before the AI and big data implement in the company, they need some special project, like a proof of concept or prototype project, to ensure that it will be possible for them. And then continue professional education. So that will be like a professional education for students like you, and for me also. It's not only just a formal education, but also is like a professional education. So after you graduate, for example, you can gather like professional certification. If you have a professional certification, you have a good career in the information technology audit. So that will be like your your potential, or your future, yeah. So that's it. And then, yeah, for audit, you need to know a lot about it. So I will give you some explanation, but in detail I will explain in the every session that we will continue, yeah. Yeah, we do some information system standard, yeah. We also have a guideline and procedure, so you need to comply about it, because it is very important, yeah. For example, you need to comply with the audit charter. It is like a rule and some of the your right and obligation as auditor, what you can do, what you cannot do. It will be arranged by standard. And then you need to be independent. How do you build your independencies? Because you cannot only just like follow the technology, but you need you need to stand between the company's technology and demand. So you want the middleman in there. You will be the middle person in there. You will you like a conductor in the orchestra. So you need to be there. You cannot just like, okay, because I know a very you are very interesting to using some of the cloud services, so you can recommend that services and so on. So you will have issue in the vendor login and so on. For example, you are, for example, like the platform for operating system, for example. Yes, myself is like open source person actually, but when we stand in here, you cannot just recommend the open source things, but you need to combine which part of open source can be giving the value, which one is the proprietary one, which one is the from the cloud that we can give you value to. So there will be independence in there. So it's just like scientists. You cannot just stand for one parties, but you need to stand in the natural way, and then be independent and give your best recommendation. And then of course your professional ethics and standard. So we need to have a lot of ethics here. You not only just follow the rule, but you need to integration on in your side. You need to be honest. You need to be integrate. You need to be credible, You need to be fulfill your skill in the analytic, in your recommendation, discovering the data correlated with the real issue and so on. So that will be your responsibility. So during the semester we will try to develop that one. Even not all of you will be will be past that one, but actually at least I will introduce you how the ethics about, how the professional guideline about, and so on. And then you need competencies, so that's why this course is very important. I think not all the program in the University of Indonesia provide the information system audit course. So I think you have this opportunity, and then the competencies and so on. Some of the major university in Europe or in United States, they have their own program for information technology audit or information system audit. So that would be very challenging for you. So if you have if you have planned to continue your degree in the master degree and so on, so for example in New Zealand, I think we in Waterloo and another university, they have the good the good recommendation for your master in this area, yeah. And then planning, including risk assessment. So you need to have a good planning for your journey for your work to do the information technology audit. And then you need the performance of audit work. So you need to be finish your work. You need to be online. You need to be precise in your evidence. You not obey to manipulate the data. You need to be giving your best analysis on it, with using the scientific analysis and so on. And then of course your recommendation. You need the recommendation is very important. And then reporting, you need to have a skill to write down the report in a proper way. It's not only just write down your script, but it's also reporting for top management and also the another parties that maybe will be use your report, so that we be very good enough. Because we also have responsibility how our report can be read and followed by another auditors in the next period. So that will be our responsibility too. So we need to be careful about it. And then follow-up activities. As an auditor, you not only just like giving the dream, giving the imagination, but also you need to have giving the recommendation that company organization can follow your recommendation. So they will have benefit when using us as auditor. They will have a real guideline, and they will have a nice guideline about their problem. So they will be after they have the audit process, they will exactly know what they need to do to enhance or to address the problem. So that will be your challenge. So that's mean the follow-up activities. So be realistic and need to be precise. That's our discussion about the second milestone of today, about the core competencies and the career of IS auditor industry. So the conclusion is you can continue your journey as a future professional IS auditors, or maybe like IS auditor scientist or something, but at least you have a core principle, the same core principle, that you need charter independent professional works, competencies, you have good planning, you have performance, you have reporting skill, and also have follow-up activities that support your journey. Okay, kita akan we will continue our discussion with the next milestone.